Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Just the other day, I was making a video on how to make this S, which is pretty cool. And inadvertently, I had this up top that I'd been working on, and somebody, I guess I showed it off in the video just a little bit too much, and they asked about this. So let's take this, because I want to make this something with that S. So I'm going to Control C to group it, or to copy it. Then I'm going to go to, and see, it's taking a while because I got some funny stuff going on. I'm going to make a new box or a new page, and I'm going to go ahead and paste it in view. That's why it took so long. It's so big. Let me make it smaller. Let me select the whole thing and make it smaller. So what you want to do in this case, you're going to want to take a rectangle and make it kind of long and not so fat. With your ratio locked, I'm just going to type in 5 and I get a perfect corner. You can't go too much. You could type in 10. It's only going to go so far. Then I'm going to go to Object, Contour. I'm going to contour, say 1 inch. Yeah, maybe I made it pretty big, so let's go 1.5. And then go and break your contour apart. But then I'm going to grab it all and I'm going to group it. Now, if you take this and Control D, double click on your rotation and put it right there, kind of on this node, and rotate it a negative 60 degrees. Take this one, Control D, double click on your deal and put it on that node and rotate this one 60 degrees. And that's pretty perfect. Now we could virtually segment the lines out, but sometimes you get a little bit confused on what to do. So I'm going to group that together, and I'm just going to use the Smart Fill tool. And I'm going to take this green and I'm going to go, okay, I went over that overpass. So I want to go underneath that one. If I went underneath that one, I want to go over. That one I want to leave under. So now I'm going to take a blue and I'm going to go fill that in, and that's over. And if this one was under, then this one needs to go over, and then that one's under. Really, virtual segment delete key, and once you're done, because this is all the same. You know, because you've already, now if you ever run into that problem where it fills in that other part in red, I don't know why Corel does that. See what it's doing is like a leak. So if you'll take your nudge factor, let's set it on like 20 inches, and let's nudge this out of the way. And watch this. Now I turn this red and it doesn't do that. So now I can get that blue back. Now I need these grouped together. And I could use find and replace, but I'm just gonna, let's take our nudge factor down to 10. And I'm just gonna take the green, all the green parts, and move them out of the way. And then I'm gonna take them and weld them. And then I can move them all together. So I missed that piece. Make sure you got them all when you weld them. And then by testing if you can move it. Then get all the red. And see there's some green underneath there that doesn't need to be there. Make sure you get all the red. Weld that together, and then okay. There's a piece there. Let's just look at this. I don't think that's going to match up. Yep, see, that's not going to match up. So that green really went with this one. There ought to be, so I'm going to weld it. There ought to be 2 breaks in each deal. So let's put this back, and then let's just start a new red one and see what happens. See, I got that same kind of leak. See, I don't know why that does that. But if you will nudge the green out of the way and turn that one red, for some reason, it doesn't do it. Now that we got all the reds, you know what, I'm gonna set my nudge factor on 20 inches. And just remember, when I get that green, I gotta put it back. Now, why that red's there again? So you've gotta have 2 breaks in each one. So I'm going to weld that. And then I'm going to just grab the blue and weld it because I'm not grabbing this. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. Now, if I nudge this back, that back, and then I need to change my nudge factor to 10 because we move this one away with 10. So there's your interlocking rings. Now, I did a little bit differently. I think I used and maybe that's what caught their eye. I used the contour tool, and it's a little bit tricky. I might have to break these things apart. I'm going to close down well, I needed the contour tool. And you know what? I'm going to contour from up here, which I very seldom ever do. But sometimes I think it's easier. So I'm going to go my fill. I'm going to have to change this to RGB. I get so many people, okay, I got to tell it to go to the inside. 0.001. Maybe this isn't easier. I don't want black. I want why it changes back to RGB. There we go. That looks pretty good. But I really want the inside color. Well, that white looks pretty good. And then we'll do this one. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then we'll do this one. That looks pretty good. So it just all depends on your color. For some reason, green just doesn't work good for me. Normally, I would do these in 2 different colors. The outline. But that looks pretty sharp. It almost looks like neon. I kind of actually like it better than that one. I had the rectangle tool. So half one, half which one you like better. This was done with a white fill, and that's supposed to be the blue. But anyway, that looks pretty cool. The main thing he wanted to know how to interlock those 3 rings. I guess he didn't realize the 60-degree angle. Anyway, hope that helped him a little bit. Thank you for watching.